Hey, guys, welcome to our channel. In this video, we are going to talk about 6 amazing tornado survival stories. New Orleans. Therese Bundy tried to drive away from the EF3 tornado in the lower 9th ward of New Orleans with her 2 kids in the car. Trees and house siding flew through the air and blocked the major roads out of town. There were live wires swinging in the road. There were sheets of rain, pitch black, you couldn't see anything, she said. She swerved around one of those wires about to hit her car and lost control. Bundy and the kids, the youngest 4, had to climb out of the sunroof to flag down search and rescue after the twister blew through. Twisted metal wrapped high around a tree over her car was just another reminder of the power of the storm she and her family survived. Crockett, Texas. Francis Martin's grandson was fleeing the bedroom on the front of the house when the roof came off and wall collapsed. Martin, her sister and her sister's 3 grandkids, all under the age of 10, were huddled in the living room when the tornado struck. My grandson was trying to make his way to the living room, but something hit him in the head. And something hit me in the back. And the TV flew off the wall and hit my sister in her back, recalls Martin. The 3 grandkids, we had to search around to find them, after the storm. Arabi, Louisiana. Some survivors have no words for what they experienced and are still in shock when seeing the damage in full daylight. Nicole Valdez found property owner Yul Potts III picking through what was left of his properties in Arabi, Louisiana, after an EF3 tornado tore through the night before. Call me Corky, everyone calls me Corky, Potts told Valdez. I've been through a lot of hurricanes, but frankly this was the worst storm I've seen from the viewpoint of the strength the tornado had with respect to the damage to the property and what it did, said Potts. And he is no stranger to storms. He bought the house and gutted it after Katrina. He said that, thankfully, he only had construction storage inside since Idaho. Officials told Fox Weather that over 50% of Arabi sustained damage. Jacksboro, Texas. Gay Bumpus' husband came home early from work so he wouldn't have to drive in the storm. But home was barely safe when an EF3 tornado came through Jacksboro. The trees are really cluttered with stuff, and we think some of our stuff is across the road, said Bumpus. Then, these men came by and asked us, would you like us to get that trailer out of your tree? We didn't even know we had the trailer in the tree. She said the neighborhood next door was devastated, almost flattened, while homes down her street weren't touched. Granger, Texas. It was actually crazy, we were watching Fox News when it was crossing 35 heading in our direction, said Jolene Folk of the EF2 tornado heading for Granger, Texas. So there was warning, but it came so quick. The storm moved so quick that you had to get out of the way quickly. The lifelong Granger resident is a local teacher and volunteer firefighter. She had no time to rest after sheltering from the storm. A call came into the fire department to rescue 3 of her own students who were trapped in their home. It's a miracle they were alive and were at school the next day, said Folk. She not only went to school to support her students the day after, but she sought out anyone not in school. Fox Weather found Folk cleaning up along with her incredibly tight-knit community. She said, we've got cleanup going on with some students from the high school. About 50 people are here cleaning up and trying to pick up the pieces and save what can be saved and get ready to move on to the next step, rebuilding. Arabi, Louisiana. We heard the alarms go off on our phones, but we ignored them because it happens so often nowadays, said Timothy O'Neill in front of his damaged home in Arabi, Louisiana. The O'Neills don't even have a room in the home without windows to shelter in. He, his wife, and his 12-year-old daughter ran out of the house as soon as the EF3 tornado passed to check on neighbors. It's still sinking in. It's surreal. I haven't really processed it yet, admitted O'Neill. My main job is getting the houses cleaned up. My wife is very shaken up. She kind of carries the emotional burden for both of us. Thank you so much for watching the video. See you next time.